Hey, all how it goes? It's Levi Member Solutions on over here on Villain Support. Also on my channel, of course. We are going to be working on a video. Two, if I feel up to two, great. If not, oh well. I finally got some decent sleep. I did have to use medication, which kind of sucked, but hey, I got some sleep. That's the important thing. We're waiting for people to file in, and then I'm going to tell you all what's going on today and what we are working on. We have, well, I think we'll probably get an opinion, and we'll like figure out which one do we want to record, which one you guys want to. Late night, our best nights. I'm glad. Like part of it is like it's such an unplanned thing. And it's Sun. It's is it Saturday or is it Sunday? But technically today is Monday. I forgot the day. Took medication to sleep. It worked. Woke up. A few hours later, couldn't fall back to sleep. Did errands. Came back home. Took more medicine. Then slept all day. And considering how like I've been getting like 1 to 3 hours of sleep per day, a couple days no sleep for the last like week and a half to 2 weeks. It's only like 10 minutes past midnight, which I usually don't go to sleep around this time either way. This is usually when I'm trying to wind down, relax, and then sleep. Um, so Monday morning is breakfast streams, which is still going to be a thing. But I also had a late dinner because of me actively getting some decent sleep. So like I can't even go to bed right now yet, anyways, because my stomach is still kind of like digesting. Because it takes like a couple hours to like digest the food. Susie, hey there. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you three options. I've got three video options that need to be recorded. I would have to change this shirt guaranteed for at least one of them. I do have the trauma shirt for those who are wondering, but I have the low version. Well, technically, it's the worst version because like it goes like this, and then the back of the shirt says Big Brother with the picture on it. But I can change the shirt. I got my Ice Nine Kills shirt over here as well. I didn't know what we wanted to do, so. Oh goodness, because you haven't been eating. Now you can finally eat. Hey, congrats, Susie. Congratulations on getting married. Everyone, say congratulations to Susie in some fashion. Say congratulations. Hey, happy for you. Blah blah blah. There's some people who are adamantly against being married. I am not one of those people. To me, it was like we didn't feel the need to get married, but we also wanted to. My condolences. If you haven't been married, I don't think you're allowed to say that. Have you been married, Stephen? Just kidding. Like I know people who get divorced who like their congratulations. That's what they say. They're like, my condolences for you. It's like, yeah, you went through 3 divorces. You're allowed to say that. We don't have much of an audience today, which is perfect because the smaller audience is going to choose what video I record today. Probably won't get to editing it today, but we're going to record it. That's the main step today. Never intended to, but I found a wonderful person. That's great. That's awesome. And congrats to your lifelong bond being that of a long and fruitful one. So the 3 videos options today. No, I always say that when people get married or have a baby. Have a baby. Right now, it's definitely condolences. Unless you were trying to have a baby for a long time, then it's congratulations. But I know a lot of people who are like legitimately scared of having a kid, and an accident happened, and accidents can happen. You can be safe as safe as you can, and like something happens, they're like, I don't know. Hopefully, this the protection broke or birth control got skipped one day because of stuff out of their own control, that kind of stuff. You put a microchip in her, she's never getting away. That's horrible and funny at the same time. All right, so the three options. Right, we've got the zombie apocalypse skit, which I think you guys remember that one. That's the Shrooms of Doom, where I'm talking to Eric guy. I've got that set up and ready. I've got this other one. I'd have to do more work. The John Wick Superman, where I'm talking to Lex. And John Wick is how I start the call, I end the call. We never actually hear John. And then Lex, I would have to do the Lex voice temporarily. I would have to record all of Lex's lines, get them situated in, and then record. And then the other one is the Batman skit, where Batman does the Kamehameha. Now that one is the first minute and a half. I do my thing, and then I'm reacting to John, which means I get to have cut points. Steven, you're on all the channels. Are you on my channel too? There's no way. You're even on the member solutions, Cosmic Member Solutions. So fun fact, we can't promote on Twitch anymore, the other ones. Or at least a bunch of people were recording that. I'm like, that hasn't changed. Like, I can't tell you to go over to the tube and I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you to go over to Twitch. Because if you have Prime and you have Twitch, you can help support us without it costing you a dime. Because if you have Prime, you can support us without it costing you a dime, is the actual saying. You're hunting cultist. You want to do the Batman skit? The Batman does the Kamehameha. First stream you're catching, and you get it's the recording stream. That's a good stream. Eating. That's a good one to catch. I would say like the breakfast ones are kind of nice because they're chill, but they also they very often we very often talk politics and more harder topics on those, because most of the time we don't talk politics. For the record, this is not a political stream. We don't talk politics in this one. But during the breakfast streams, breakfast and dinner streams, which is Monday and Friday are breakfast, Wednesday is dinner. Those type of topics can get brought up. Where your Twitch never wants to load. I hate it when it happens. You haven't seen the new Super movie yet. Not saying we won't. Yeah, the Superman one has spoilers. It does have spoilers. I will say that. So maybe we'll hold off on that one. So that means it's either A, the zombie apocalypse guy who's stoned. The new Superman of Fantastic Four. Because he went FF4. It'd be F4. Fantastic Four. Us doing Final Fantasy. New Superman and Fantastic Four are great. I've heard good things about both of them, but also like the amount of plot holes that are in the new Superman bug me. Stone Zombie. You guys want to do the Stone Zombie? You like the fresh one? I like the first, to be honest. It sounds fresh and intriguing. So, Stone Zombie, John Wick Lex, Batman Kamehameha. So the first one is Stone Zombie. Second is the John Wick Lex, John Wick versus Lex Luthor, and the third is Batman learns Kamehameha. Zombie. We've got 2 votes for Zombie at least, and Ian, I think your vote is for the Zombie one. Hey, Trek did sort of zombies. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that. Zombie is fine. And it looks like we've got 3 guaranteed votes for Zombie so far. Stone Zombie sounds like a Grower song. Honestly, Stone Zombie sounds a cool name. All right, we're gonna go with the Stone Zombie. So the actual name is called Shrooms of Doom for the title of the video. We'll wear this or Ice 9 Kills. I can wear my Ice 9 Kills shirt, which is the front of that, Ice 9 Kills. Or I can wear the trauma-inducing shirt. Now, the thing about it is the last time I did the skit, I was also wearing a trauma-inducing skit. But the shirt was the one that actually has the dog's face on front. And a lot of people commented more about the shirt than they did the skit. What do you guys think? Change shirt to ensure that it's all about the skit and not what I'm wearing? Because people pay attention to the shirt. I don't think people are going to pay attention to this one nearly as much. Because, like, it doesn't have Nina on front. No trauma. Change. Trauma shirt is always good, but change it for the okay. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Don't get me wrong. I still get a couple people who comment on this shirt too. But like 2 to 3 people recognizing is much different than like half the audience going, "How dare you wear that shirt? How dare you wear?" Whips out database. For the record, trauma shirt front. Then extra trauma has this same wording, but it has her on the front. This is the regular trauma has that. This is regular shirt. Trauma has her on front. This is the extra trauma. So you have this on front with this on back. Edward Big Brother. So I looked into it. I researched what her last like official words were. And Edward Big Brother were like her last official. It's thin. It's getting thicker though. Every time I see the lighting and because of how my hair is, I can see through my hair. It bugs me. We're going to be getting a haircut, and then I'm going to talk to a dermatologist. The problem with getting any type of stuff to help regrow my hair back to what it was before the other house like destroyed my hair. By the way, check your water. If you're losing your hair, check your and like you've got scabs and flakes and stuff like that. Could very well be your water causing damage to your scalp, and it can take years recovering from that, and possibly just simply you deal with permanent damage. Me hating the fact that I've lost hair due to stuff that was not controllable, but like had I known, I could have possibly done something to help prevent it at least a little bit. I don't know which hair am I getting cut? I'm getting cut this, obviously. But like I'm going to get this thinned, and I'm going to get something that's for thinning hair because it's still thinning. I'm happy that it's coming back, and I'm noticing that it's getting thicker. But like the fact that I might just be rushing. You know? So Stitch won't be going to that universe. Not in the storyline. There's what's gonna happen is, and I've talked with Chris, we know the next part. And as soon as we get this part finished, which we got to go over the script because it's already written, and we're not sure if we're gonna break it into two more parts. Because it's so long, it's like 8 minutes long right now. Like I timed the skit, and it is an 8-minute long part 3. That's a long ass part. Like part 1, 2, and 3 together is like 15, 16 minutes. It's like its own episode. and that's okay. But it's also one of those things where I have noticed that my writing has improved to the point that I'm making longer and longer skits. I'm looking at them from different aspects of like how I'm going to post them. But I also recognize that like this particular arc, there was a failure. And that was the fact that I wrote part 1 knowing that I needed more parts. But then neither one of us had time to like flesh everything out fully. So we're going to finish this part, and then we're going to discuss the next part. And we're going to have most of the next part finished because we know what needs to happen. And so we're going to flesh a bunch of it out. And then if we have to change it, we have to change it. We won't record everything. We will be prepared to record everything is the difference. Like we'll have a start and finish ironed out script format. But we'll have points where we can like change them like we did with this one. So it's taking what you've learned from different ones. Good evening, Sam, by the way. Yeah, it's a long skit. All right, so we're gonna start off with the zombie skit, and I'm gonna share my screen with you guys, because you guys will need to be able to hear. That was weird. Let me shrink my thing down a little bit. Yeah, I need to shrink my lines. Shrooms of Doom. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to move things over a few seconds to buy myself some time here. I can't remember what the select was. This should have my timing down though. So what this allows me to do by moving it over, it allows me to kind of prepare for it and then record, get things set up. Is there lighting to the north and east of us? Oh, there's lightning, not lighting, as in like the lighting of. The bad thing about being in record mode. I was looking at another phone for recording, because like I'm gonna be honest, guys, getting another phone recording to record with, like dedicated work phone, is so much cheaper than getting like, an $8,000, an $800 camera that's specifically for it. And then like it's also a lot easier because it's like, oh, that phone will do all the recording that we need it to do for a while. And like if we need to upgrade, we can upgrade. But like most of the stuff, in all honesty, and this is what I keep telling people, the cameras on phones, the software on phones for recording is getting better and better, and front facing is more commonly getting turned into 50 megapixel recording, and that's actually really good because recording at 50 megapixels means on my with a 50 megapixel front facing cam, it means I can record very easily at about 40 frames per second or better on my front camera versus the 30 frames per second that we're used to on social media. So I get a cleaner picture even after editing. I was actually telling, and unlike the back camera, 60 frames per second, ultra high definition. That's it's not 4K, but it's 1080, right? Like it's nice. It's a nice picture. When we go to edit, everything gets shrunk down to 30 frames per second, so it makes it look way better. I'll be able to take a look at stuff here in a minute. We're getting everything set up here. So who's all going to join us for breakfast tomorrow? I think the Sailor Moon would be fun to do, but again, it's going to be one of those things where it won't be in the story. After this next arc, we're finishing up this arc, right? The next arc is going to be in the Marvel Universe. I've already mentioned that a few times. And after that arc, we will be past the midway point of this entire series. At that point, the story is going to progress relatively quickly. Is the first thing. There we go. Get rid of the light rays. We're going to move out of my way. I need to make sure. How far can I have the mic? Okay, so the mic can stay here. You mostly use your phone for audio and video for your channel. So my content is upwards of 30 minutes. Well, what do you do, Jason? What does Jason do? Are you on your channel thing? Can I go check it out right now? Mostly use your phone. Won't be able to join you for breakfast. Unfortunately, get off work. My phone took pictures of Northern Lights, and I couldn't see with your eyes. Yeah, most films are recorded in 16K at the moment. So they can edit and select parts of the shot that was recorded. It means you won't have to worry about framing so perfectly either. Yeah, you get super high end recording, yes, but a lot of stuff is being like more and more. Like you're seeing phones be brought into things, and they're recording at 4K, 5K. You know, they're recording at such a high quality that like you're seeing some really good shit. Mind you, those are also utilizing a bunch of add-ons for the phone. Like if you're going to spend $10,000 in add-ons for the phone, just drop 5K on the camera. I have a few different people I use for Stitch's voice. Our old Stitch voice actor, unfortunately, just was not. I'd lost my ability to get them to do things in a timely manner. Like I asked them for some work, and the work I never got a response back from them, and that was one of the things that prevented me from recording. And I was like, at that moment, I was like, I can't have that. When I'm ready to record, it's one thing if you like let me know, hey, I'm going to be, it's going to be a little bit before I can record. It's a completely different when you just don't respond to me. And I'm like, fine, I'll go somewhere else. I can go other places. So we had to reach out to a couple other people. And so we got two new people who do the voice. One is Jocelyn Cosplays. We've worked with him before. He does Deadpool's voice. He does an awesome Deadpool voice. He does a great Wolverine, if you've watched the animated Wolverine, and he can do Darkwing Duck and a few other voices. And Stitch was one of those that he's not very comfortable with, but he can do quite a few things with. And then Josh, don't remember his last name, Woo, just spaced his last name. 1 second here. No, that's not even right. It's because I'm thinking of his username. So Joshua Alden, who has like 1 million subscribers, like on every social media. So he has a few million total. Also does the voice for us periodically, and I have both of them do the voice specifically because there are takes that Jocelyn gets that is just phenomenal, and then there's takes that Joshua gets that are better. And sometimes, and I've done this, and I don't know if anyone's noticed, is I've combined the two. It's because like the first does really well, and then the rest of the Stitch voice is like matches. So it's really cool to be able to finagle and make sure the voice is on point, even if it's two people trying to do one character. But we are set up. We are ready. We're going to get to recording this zombie. And I need to... This is where you guys get to see the script. I need an air purifier down here. That would help out tremendously. Shrooms of Doom. Shrooms of Doom. Why are you having issues? 3, 2.
Hey, so like, I think
Hold on.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So, I think is always a bad start. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, there was like a sport.
I wasn't even recording. Took a picture. All right, drag it.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So, I think is kind of always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll
Well,
know.
I mean, there was
Also,
like
I just realized that that's coming through my speakers and not my headphones.
and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Not ready. Oh. Well, that's fucked. My USB is royally fucked. For the record, I'm in tech. Totally fix this. However, this thing has its own cord. I'm closer than what I used to be. Just that should still give me plenty of cord to. What do you mean you have no signal? What the fuck? Technical difficulties. Give me one moment. There it goes. Ha! Okay. Okay. One second here. Da, 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 da. You guys can still hear me. I need to make sure that I can hear through my headset. No, you don't need to hit record again. So I should be able to. Okay. So I don't think this will pick up my volume, but just in case, we're going to lower it down to about a 10. And the question is, can you guys still hear this? Yeah, no, I'm going to have to get a new one and not run it over. You can hear me, but you can't hear the audio now. I think I can go up to 13 without it picking up. How about now? I know you can hear me. Can you hear what I'm listening to? Because like part of the experience is being able to hear the other voice. Although arguably you guys don't have to hear it. All right. Well, okay. It would help if I showed on stage. That would dramatically help. That would help out a lot, wouldn't it? So that you guys.
And there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
How about now? You can hear the occasional hum and buzz. Should be able to hear the hum and buzz. You can hear what sounds like a teenage Chris, right? That's, by the way, that's what I was going for. Well, why does this keep automatically recording when I don't want it to? All right. Let's get stuff set up.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad spart. Spart.
Well, I mean, there was like
Spart.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
You guys didn't hear the background noise of a door opening.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore.
Who's down here? No? Forgot to hit record anyways. Recording. I don't know why I'm doing that. I needed to hit that.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is kind of always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Spores in your house? Your name isn't Ellie by chance, is it?
No, man. My name's Eric.
Huh. So when exactly did this happen? Are you sure it wasn't just dust in the wind or something?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
What? You ate the cream?
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes I picked up before the last of us went into hiding, you know?
You're in that universe. Look, I hate to say this, but I don't think you're immune. I think you're just stupid. Well, actually, I mean, if it's antifungal medication and it existed in that universe. No, hold up.
Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms.
Fuck,
like
I messed up my
normally do.
timing. First things first.
Okay, so I was.
So we're going to try this again, but I might need more room here. Yeah, he's going to die horribly, yeah. Not every script is set either.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is kind of always a bad way to start. That's like saying, I think I'm.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I
Mm-mm.
breathed in some. Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Your spores in your house. Your name isn't Ellie by chance.
Oh man, my name's Eric.
Huh. So when did this happen exactly? Are you sure it wasn't just dust in the wind?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
I'm sorry. You ate the cream.
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes I picked up before the last of us went into hiding, you know?
Oh, you're in that universe. I don't think you're immune. I think you're just stupid. Well, actually, I mean, if antifungal medication actually existed, how did they? I'm getting distracted by potential plot holes again. Clarify a bit more for me how everything went down exactly.
Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms like I normally do.
Dude, you're supposed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms.
As if that makes it any better. I don't know, man. This whole conversation makes me think I might be hallucinating.
Look, I was tending to my crops. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and
I
I
don't
took
like
it to
that.
the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed up.
Fuck. The timing right here needs to be longer. I need just a few more seconds for reaction. Ah. Yeah, Steven's 100% right here. So the scripted takes when it's fully animated is so much easier to do because I do a line and that's it. Bam, I can get that line 100% correct 100% of the time because it's going to be as done as many times as I feel like, and then I put it together. I send it on over to our animator. Our animator edits the other lines, and then we put them in, and that's the video. It's done. Now, here's the thing: we have this where we do full live action as well, and so what we do is we still record this, right? We still record a full take, but that full take is oftentimes different than what the animation one will be. So it's still like getting it down. Chris will change lines from the script if it didn't fit his pause. I like once I have the voice acting, that's when I do my part. And that's because I want everything to feel more natural. And I've seen how Chris reacts when he has the voicing in there in his ear, when he reacts to me and I'm doing it. It is by far 100 times better. It's just simply better. But that's not always going to happen. And Chris very often will take, and it's the same thing for me too. And this is because it's easy, right? Count the time, do a reaction, go with that. But a more natural reaction, something sometimes when you're looking actually mad versus or something like that, always looks better, feels better, and on average, the video does better. Chord, bump.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Spores in your house. Your name isn't Ellie by chance, is it?
Oh man, my name's Eric.
Huh. So when exactly did this happen? Are you sure it wasn't just dust in the wind?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
I'm sorry. You ate the cream.
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes I picked up before The Last of Us went into hiding, you know?
Oh, you're in that universe. I don't think you're immune. I think you're just stupid. Well, actually, no. I mean, if antifungal medication existed, how did they even... I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by potential plot holes again. Clarify a bit more for me exactly how everything went down.
Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms
It
like
was
I
too long of
normally
a
do.
pause.
Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms.
I think I went too fast. I'm going to let this be. We're just going to do another take. Yeah. Right? All right. First things first. Make sure I can see my script on the right area. Okay. Record.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Spores in your house? Your name isn't Ellie by chance, is it?
No, man. My name's Eric.
Huh. All right. So when exactly did this happen? Are you sure it wasn't just dust in the wind?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
Well, all right. I'm sorry. Wait, hold up. Did you just ate the cream?
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes I picked up before The Last of Us went into hiding, you know?
Oh, you're in that universe. I don't think you're immune in this case. I think you're just stupid. Well, hold up. Actually, if antifungal medication actually existed, how did the whole thing... I'm sorry. Getting distracted by potential plot holes again. Can you clarify a bit more for me about how everything went down?
Okay, so I was in my
Exactly.
house growing mushrooms like I normally do.
Dude, you're supposed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms.
As if that makes it any better. I don't know, man. This whole conversation makes me think one of us is hallucinating, and I'm concerned it's me.
Look, I was tending to my crops. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed up.
You mean the clickers?
What? No, they're more like walking cordyceps, man. They do make the clicking noise, though. Anyway, lunged at me, but then just like left me alone.
Ha. I don't think you're immune. I don't think it left you alone. I think you just have to.
Oh man,
it.
I'm, still me, and it's been like 4 days.
Well, damn, you definitely should have turned by now. Okay, be honest. You were totally high. It's not like there's any cops left to arrest you.
Dude, you're right. Yeah, bro. I was fried, tied, blasted past the moon and orbiting Neptune. I was tripping so hard.
Huh. I lost my place in line. God damn it. Fucked up kind of early on. I was trying to
very likely
to keep it there. So it's definitely too long here. Too long of a pause. So we'll go here. Yeah, you're right. So close. So close. We need to set things back up. So that's a changing the lines based on how things are going is just something that does happen quite often with our scripts. And when you're recording and when I'm recording with voice, that can make things even more difficult. Pardon me.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Spores in your house. Your name isn't Ellie by chance, is it?
No, man. My name's Eric.
Huh. So when exactly did this happen? Are you sure it wasn't just dust in the wind?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
Oh, that totally makes it okay. Except for the fact where you said you ate the cream?
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes I picked up before the last of us went into hiding, you know?
Oh, you're in that universe. That makes a whole lot more sense, but I don't think you're immune. I think you're just stupid. Well, hold on. Actually, if antifungal medication actually existed, how did the whole I'm sorry. Getting distracted by potential plot holes. Can you clarify a bit more for me how everything kind of went down?
Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms like I normally do.
Dude, you're supposed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms.
That doesn't make it any better. I don't know. This whole conversation makes me think one of us is hallucinating, and I'm concerned it might be me.
Look, I was tending to my crops. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed up.
You mean the clickers?
What? No,
Clickers.
they're more like walking cordyceps, man. They do make the clicking noise, though. Anyway, lunged at me, but then just like left me alone.
Yeah, I don't think it left you alone because you're immune to it. Like,
Well, man, I'm, still me, and it's been like 4 days.
huh. Well, that definitely you should have turned by now. Fucked up
Dude,
the
you're
line.
right. Yeah, bro. I was fried, tied,
I lost
blasted
my
past
place
the moon,
100%,
orbiting
and
Neptune.
then I forgot like
I was
everything.
tripping so hard.
Fuck. And these aren't even funny bloopers either. All right. Take a moment. Take a moment. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Military history, boxing history. So you do a history channel. That's pretty cool. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. Pretty sure it's more of a I know, because that would be like
Well,
saying
I
I
mean,
think
there
I'm
was
not on
like
fire,
a
and I
spore
screwed it up right, and
explosion
I
in
didn't
my
start the
house,
recording anyway.
and
So it
I
doesn't even
breathed
matter
in
because I
some of
forgot to
it,
start
and
the
nothing's
fucking recording.
happened.
So we can just go right on back. I can hit the start because I forgot to hit the.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. That's like saying I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Spores in your house? Your name isn't Ellie by chance, is it?
No, man. My name's Eric.
Huh. So when exactly did this happen? Are you sure it wasn't just dust in the wind?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
I'm sorry. You ate the cream.
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes I picked up before The Last of Us went into hiding, you know?
You're in that universe. I don't think you're immune. I think you're just stupid. Well, hold on. If antifungal medication actually existed there, then how did that? I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by potential plot holes again. Can you clarify a bit more for me how everything kind of went down?
Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms like I normally do.
Dude, you're supposed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms.
As if this makes it any better. I don't know, man. This whole conversation makes me think one of us is hallucinating, and I think it might be me.
Look, I was tending to my crops. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed up.
You mean the clickers?
What? No, they're more like walking cordyceps, man. They do make the clicking noise though. Anyway, lunged at me, but then just like left me alone.
Yeah, I don't think it left you alone because you're immune. I think it left you alone because you simply haven't turned yet.
Well, man, I'm, still me, and it's been like 4 days.
Well, Dan, you definitely should have turned by now. Okay, be honest. You were totally high, weren't you? Relax. It's not like there's any cops left to arrest you, anyways.
Dude, you're right. Yeah, bro. I was fried, tied, blasted past the moon and orbiting Neptune. I was tripping so hard.
So, the question I have to ask you, for science, were you, by chance, when this all went down, already partaking?
It's very likely.
Right. Pretty sure anyone who ate a bunch of antifungal cream, let alone 6 tubes of it after getting a spore facial, might have been on something. So right now I'm thinking
that
it's
could
you
be
who's
bad.
hallucinating.
Well, I might be on my way to put my immunity to the test.
What? Oh. Oh my. Hey. You wouldn't happen to be related or have relations with a vampire named Gary by chance, would you? Fucking ran out. There's parts of it that I'm not sure if this is gonna work. But I don't want to do a redo right this second. What we're going to do is we're going to upload that video into my Dropbox. We're going to download that video. Then we're going to place it into our area and we're going to finagle things a little bit. We're basically going to see if that take will work. Because the only part that I really fucked up is right there at the very end because I didn't quite hear the things I needed to hear to say why and what should still work. Huh. I'm guessing you just started that. Or is that a different channel? Because the one I'm looking at is from like a year ago. You broke it again, didn't you, Levi? Yeah, probably. So for those who are wondering, when you're on the tube, I can like any social media. If I'm running things through Twitch, I can click on the Twitch name, check out your Twitch channel, YouTube, check out YouTube channel, Facebook, check out your Facebook, stuff like that. God, that's taking a while to upload. Why is that taking so long to upload? Why are we taking so long to upload? Take off the hat for a few minutes. So we're gonna take a couple minutes while it's uploading. Biggest thing is if this doesn't work, I'm still gonna be done for the day because it just means that I'm not quite here and recording it, and like none of the stuff that I record is going to be good. And that happens. Some days are just like it sucks to say it, but like just a bad day to record. That happens on regular sets. And you get 40, 50 takes. Here's the thing. I'm not on a set. I don't have to have this done. I can take a moment to realize that I could spend the next 3 hours trying to force this, or I could walk away from it, go get some rest, come back and try it again, which they do on sets, but it's like an hour-long break, and then you come back and then you take it again. But you can tell, I hate to say it, you can tell when they force it versus they got a really good take. Because there'll be that part in the movie that just feels slightly off. And then there's parts where an actress who swears like, "Oh, you don't understand. I was having a bad day." Yeah, but you got a good take. There's a difference between no matter what you fucking do, you're going to get a bad take and they're going to take the best out of the batch and use that versus I had at least one take that was really good, but it wasn't quite what we wanted. So that's the one we went with. Versus I took a break, came back, and gave my best performance. I would love that. But it's either I give him Gary's voice, which I'm Gary's voice. So like, dude, I can lower my voice and like, you would not believe the blood I had the other day. It was phenomenal, and I'm telling you that this thing is just amazing. And I just and like, don't get me wrong, I like Gary's voice. It was totally tubular, man, and I just cannot believe just how well it came out. I gave them a little bit of fried spaghetti, and I could actually taste it. It was cool. It was epic. It was awesome. It was amazing. It reminded me of surfing on the high tide, or whatever. He doesn't sound stoned. He sounds like a surfer dude. That's how we wanted him to sound at that time. This guy needs to sound stoned, and like Chris did a good job. Problem being that I can't make it not sound like Chris completely. I need more voice actors effectively. And at this point, I don't want to spend the time it's going to take to have, and I don't want to spend money. That's another thing. I don't have that money right now. That's not there. Not going to make as much this upcoming paycheck because we're paid a month behind. So like, I made the max that I can make this paycheck that we just got, and that's great. Next month's paycheck, there's like 3 days left. I'm looking at YouTube's earnings. I'm looking at the clock's earnings. I'm looking across the board, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to make the max, and that sucks. It's not horrible, but my spouse also just recently got a pay cut with quotation marks because they had extra time off, and then kids are about to go back to school, which means they won't be able to do overtime as often. So that means a pay drop. And it's been nice because we've been able to afford the summertime stuff. We're going to be getting, we got them some new clothes. We got them, I think Tobias might need new shoes. But they've got everything that they need to at least semi-start the school year. And then food's good. And the basic bills are okay. Electricity was higher than normal. But that's not what this stream is about. I'm not going to sit here bitching about money. We're not going to do that. We're waiting for things to upload so I can download, so I can do the things. There you are. Download that. So I applied the filter. That's not this counts as overtime, right? It does. Thank you. You didn't need to donate the 50. For everyone here, during breakfast, we got a new donation thing. It's like $25, and I give my kitties an extra good at canned food. By the way, Killer loved the extra can of cat food when he was ready for it. He was not ready for it until like it was dinner time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you guys need dinner." Walk out there, go give him his food. He stayed on the fucking ledge because he could see the can waiting for him. I'm like, really, dude? Open it up. I'm like, yeah. Gave them food. But he was like, I'm waiting for the can. Oh, it was funny. But yeah, I messed around with the filters and I just could not get anything that sounded good outside of like Teenage Crits. What is going on here? There it goes. Oop. Let's unmagnetize that. Oh, right. 1 second. It'd help if I put everything back on the main track where it belongs. And then we do that. Make it so that I can actually hear it. That's not the right. Oh. Yeah. We'll have our title and everything too.
Okay, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Spores in your house.
I'm just now noticing all the cat hair that shouldn't have been on here.
Oh, man, my name's Eric.
Oh. So when exactly did this happen? You sure it wasn't just dust in the wind?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry.
I hate the fact I can tell that my back's in pain. Hate that. I hate that. I know you guys probably can't. I can because of the way I'm leaning.
You ate the cream.
This is where we can fine tune things a little bit.
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes I picked up before the last of us went into hiding, you know?
You're in that universe.
That would have been the O.
Stupid. Well, hold on. If the medication actually existed there, then how did that? I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by potential plot holes again. Can you clarify a bit more for me how everything kind of went down?
Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms.
Dude, you're supposed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms.
As it.
This is where everything needs to be moved. Everything going forward is going to have to be like fine-tuned. I can already tell.
If this makes it any better, I don't know. This whole conversation makes me think one of us is hallucinating, and I think it might be me.
Look, I was tending to my crabs. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face.
That's a problem.
A bit funky, exploded, and I took. Look, I was tending to my crabs. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed. What? No, that's
Okay, so let's do this. Having a small pause here is
And
fine.
I think it might be
Fine.
me.
Look, I was tending to my crabs. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed. What?
So that's what's really nice about this
Look,
is I can do this right here. Like he's gonna take a moment to think about what he says.
Which makes me think one of us is hallucinating. And I think it might be me.
look, I was tending to my crabs. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky.
We can tighten that up right there.
Be me.
Look, I was tending to my crabs. One of my shrooms
There we
looked
go.
a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face.
That's good because right there you see me react.
To the face. Next thing I know, one of those
That's good. That timing's good.
mushroom heads showed. What? No, that's more like walking cordyceps, man. They do make the clicking noise, don't. Anyway, it lunged at me, but I'm just like, left me alone.
Yeah, I don't think it left you alone because you're immune. I think it left you alone because you simply haven't turned it.
Oh man, I'm. Oh man, I'm. Still me, and it's been like 4 days.
Well, damn, you definitely should have turned it. Okay, be honest. You were totally high, weren't you? It's not like there's any cops left to arrest you anyway.
Dude, you're right. Yeah, bro. I was fried, tied, blasted past the moon and orbiting Neptune. I was tripping so hard.
So, question I have to ask you: for science, were you, by chance, when this all went down, already partaking?
It's very.
Right.
There we
Pretty
go.
sure anyone who ate a bunch of antifungal cream, let alone 6 tubes of it, after getting a spore facial, might have been on something. So right now I'm thinking it's you who's hallucinating.
Oh. Well, that could be better.
What?
Well, I might be on my way to
Oh.
put my immunity to the test.
Hey, you would have happened.
Oh. Well, that could be better.
What?
Well, I might be on my way to put
Oh.
my immunity to the test.
Hey, you would have happened to be related or have relation.
And that ending is the only problem. If I could re-record just that ending part, it would work out really well.
What?
Well, I might be on my way to put my immunity to the test.
Hey, you would have happened to be related or have relations with a vampire named Gary by chance, would you?
So that ending's the only part that I have a problem with. And I could have somebody redo the voices in line with my acting at this point, but it'd be harder for them to match all the facial reactions than it would be for me to have the other way around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit on this for the night. We're going to call it quits. We're going to sit on it. I'll probably show Chris this in the morning. Like I already told Chris I don't have something done. But that gives us some space, some room. I don't know if you guys saw any of that because I wasn't sharing it. Do you guys want to see what it looks like? I just realized I wasn't sharing it. Sitting here just watching it. You guys want to see what it looks like? And then we call it.
Hey, so like, I think I might be immune to the zombie virus.
So I think is always a bad start. That's like saying, I think I'm not on fire. Trust me, you'll know.
Well, I mean, there was like a spore explosion in my house, and I breathed in some of it, and nothing's happened.
Spores in your house. Your name isn't Ellie by chance, is it?
No, man. My name's Eric.
Huh. So when exactly did this happen? Are you sure it wasn't just dust in the wind?
Well, I mean, it was only for a moment, but don't worry. As soon as it happened, I ate a bunch of antifungal cream.
I'm sorry. You ate the cream?
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes. I picked up before The Last of Us went into hiding, you know?
You're in that universe! I don't think you're immune. I think you're just stupid. Well, hold on. If antifungal medication actually existed there, then how did that... I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by potential plot holes again. Can you clarify a bit more for me how everything kind of went down?
Okay, so I was in my house growing mushrooms like I normally do.
Dude, you're supposed to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Dude, it wasn't those kind of mushrooms. It was those kind of mushrooms.
As if this makes it any better. I don't know, man. This whole conversation makes me think one of us is hallucinating, and I think it might be me.
Look, I was tending to my crops. One of my shrooms looked a bit funky, exploded, and I took it to the face. Next thing I know, one of those mushroom heads showed up.
You mean the clickers?
What? No, they're more like walking cordyceps, man. They do make the clicking noise, though. Anyway, it lunged at me, but then just like left me alone.
Yeah, I don't think it left you alone because you're immune. I think it left you alone because you simply haven't turned yet.
Well, man, I'm, still me, and it's been like 4 days.
Well, damn, you definitely should have turned by now. Okay, be honest. You were totally high, weren't you? Relax. It's not like there's any cops left to arrest you anyways.
Dude, you're right. Yeah, bro. I was fried, tied, blasted past the moon and orbiting Neptune. I was tripping so hard.
So the question I have to ask you, for science, were you, by chance, when this all went down, already partaking?
It's very likely.
Right. Pretty sure anyone who ate a bunch of antifungal cream, let alone 6 tubes of it after getting a spore facial, might have been on something. So right now I'm thinking it's you who's hallucinating.
Oh. Well, that could be bad.
What?
Well, I might be on my way to put my immunity to the test.
Oh my. Hey. You wouldn't happen to be related or have relations with a vampire named Gary by chance, would you?
So the thing I don't like, and it's such a minor fucking thing, so minor. It's just that last little part. It is such a small little thing that the people who've made it to the end of this video, which is already 3 minutes long, like this is the 3-minute marker right here.
So right now I'm thinking it's you who's hallucinating.
Oh. Well, that could be bad.
What?
Well, I might be on my way to put
Oh.
my immunity to the test.
Oh my.
And hearing the "I might be on my way," oh, you're reacting as the thing happens, is totally in line. I'm just being picky. Like this is probably fine. This is probably just fine the way it is. That's a 3-minute and 22-second video, which means I'll have to cut it down. I'll have to pick out a good area for it to be, a 1 minute, 1 minute 30, whatever skit, 1 minute 30. I'll have to pick out a good cut point. That's the only part I don't like. Everything else feels natural. It feels like you would have these type of reactions to that time. Yeah, I agree with that ending right there. It's like Levi would also be like, you need to go ahead. Like the thing is, like, Levi is realizing here, the reason he goes, oh my, is that it's too fucking late to stop this. Dude is gonna be a fast food meal real quick. Yeah, that's the thing Levi realizes, is that this is done. He's already out the door. He's making this phone call out in the wild. He's made noise. Levi realizes this dude is screwed. Like, he was already doing this as he was on the phone. And it's just like, are you shitting me? That's the implication that we have here. Now, this is also left as an open-ended skit. Highway to the danger zone. Yeah. And if you guys caught the dust on the wind thing, you would have gotten the musical references. So I think that works. I'm gonna come back in the morning. I'm gonna go take a look at it. Oh no, he's fucked. Like there's not really any safe places in that world anymore. He's at the point where clickers exist. So it's a year in there. He's been safe in his own home relatively. And then he went out and decided to go put his thing to the test because, he very well could have just imagined the whole scenario in his head. Levi's worst critic. That is right. I am. Which is why I've started to get into the habit of, I'll record, even if I edit the whole thing, I'll take a moment before I uploaded it. Unless I 100% like it. See, if I have reservations about it, I'll wait. I'll sit on it. I'll come back and take a look at it. And if I still have those, I don't like it, or I'm like, you know what? That's actually a good take. That's okay. We can work with that. We can just move forward. I'll just move forward. If I don't like it, I'll know the next day because I'll still hate it the next day. And that's the thing. It's just taking it some time away. Isolation was probably worse. Isolation probably did not help that matter any. We're gonna take some time though. I think my timing could be better on this skit. I think the voicing could be better on skit. But given what this is, and this is like a tester, not everything has to be super, super perfect. I don't want to spend money on this. I can't afford to spend money on this. I need the voicing to be as good as it gets. And that's currently what it is. It sounds like a teenage Chris. That is true. But that's also okay because it still sounds like the guy is high. And I think we'll be good with it. Objectively, I think it's a funny skit. The idea is solid. The script is solid. It's just getting everything there. I think my facial reactions help out tremendously. It feels more natural when it's not perfect. That is true. That's another thing. It feels more natural when it's not perfect. I had the points where I looked at the camera. The pauses feel natural. So I'm gonna hold off. The title is Shrooms of Doom, and it's gonna be very clear in the title because it's gonna be apocalypse support. The Last of Us, and then it's not going to say zombie apocalypse. It's just going to have the apocalypse support like last time. Last of Us, Shrooms of Doom. And the reason why I'm going to have the Last of Us title in there is specifically so people know what they're clicking. It's so people understand right away. Even though I give it away, I don't give it away until like 30 seconds to a minute in the skit. And by then people might have clicked by. This is specifically so.
Yeah, man. I downed like 6 tubes. I picked up before The Last of Us went into hiding, you know?
Yeah, not 30 seconds. It is the 50-second markers when you figure out that it's from The Last of Us. So I have to have The Last of Us in the title portion of the video. It may not have to be in the title of the video, but like it has to be like on screen. So that when people pull it up, they'll be like, it's The Last of Us. I'm going to watch this for a little bit. Gives it a few extra seconds to latch onto your attention, and then the skit will take it from there. But yeah. Anyways, that's it. I want to thank you guys for joining me, sticking around for the last hour. I'm going to try to go relax and get a couple more hours of sleep in before we go live in the morning and see you there. Does anybody want one of those? That is a piece of wood art that's from somebody local, and I have their information if you want it. I found it. If you want their information, you want to reach out to them on Facebook, I have their information right quick. So I can give you that information real quick. I love how it sounds. The sound gaps need adjusting. It's good. The sound gaps can't be adjusted any further. I do not think it can be. And I don't know. I think they very well could. I will say this. If you go message him, let them know you got it from Levi from Villain Support. Let them know where you came from. I just had it. What the hell? That's weird. Maybe he's not selling them anymore. There it is. That was weird. Okay. So it's Star Trek emblem, hand carved walnut and mahogany. It's David D. Redman. So breakfast starts around 7:30, chat. And then like I will go to bed, or not go to bed. Eat closer to like 8, 9 o'clock. D. Redman. So that's the guy's name on Facebook. That's what he uses to sell on there. And they are local. They're in Utah, made locally at their workshop. Star Trek emblem, hand carved walnut and mahogany. He does take custom requests. And this profile picture is one where he's setting up a pool table. That helps. So let him know I sent him your way. You can find out if he ships to the UK or overseas. I imagine that's going to cost more to ship. But yeah, let him know I sent him your way. Anyways, remember, take it one breath, one step, one day at a time. This particular will not be on any other channel besides mine because it's an editing and recording stream, so I'm going to probably get rid of it. Late nights tend to, the late night streams tend to only be on my personal channel, and it'll be on Twitch, of course, at least till Twitch deletes it. So thank you again. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity, body, and spirit, and harmony among others. Until the winds blow your sails my way, have an Acme day. Have an Acme day as a product of a product of villain. Have an Acme day will be retroactively billed to your account. Have an Acme day. And remember, have an Acme day simply means to have the best day you possibly can have. Bye, y'all.